This is the 18 WJTS News. In tonight's news, the CDC has updated quarantine guidance. Purdue Extension, DuBois County is hosting a workshop to help with farmers' mental health. And St. Meinrad Archabbey will be live streaming all their Christmas services. In sports, Kurt Guxell talks with Jasper basketball coach John Gable, previewing the upcoming Wildcat season. All this and more coming up on the 18 WJTS News. Thank you for tuning in. I'm Bill Potter with the WJTS News. The CDC has updated quarantine guidance for people who are deemed a close contact to a positive COVID-19 person. There are now 3 options for a quarantine period for close contacts. The first is that quarantine would end after day 14 if the person has not developed any symptoms. This is the ideal quarantine to reduce the spread of COVID-19 and recommended for those who work with high-risk population or those who can work remotely. Quarantine could end after day 10 if the person has not had a COVID-19 test and has not developed any symptoms. Quarantine could also end after day 7 if the person tested negative for COVID-19 on day 5, 6, or 7 and has not developed any symptoms. Local health departments are asking the public and all employers to follow these quarantine guidelines, and they support your decision regarding which quarantine options you decide to enact to help protect our community. There is no guidance change for a positive person. They continue with the 10-day isolation from symptom onset or 10-day isolation from the positive test date if they did not have any symptoms. Indiana faces a larger stretch of COVID-19 illnesses and deaths while the governor and top state health official are pinning improvement on personal responsibility and the looming first arrival of vaccines. Nearly all of Indiana remained in the greatest risk categories for coronavirus spread in the Indiana Health Department's Wednesday update that also showed a new high for average daily COVID-19 deaths for the state. Governor Eric Holcomb said the state is bracing for expected new infections linked to the Thanksgiving holiday weekend. The state's 7-day rolling average of COVID-19 deaths has now reached over 60 per day. The state of Indiana no longer is going to alert people who may have come into contact with someone who tested positive for the coronavirus. The State Department of Health yesterday said it is changing its contact tracing program. The department will now only alert people who test positive for the virus and leave it up to them to tell anyone who they've been in close contact with. Indiana Health Commissioner says contact tracers are simply overwhelmed. Purdue Extension is hosting a workshop to help with farmers' mental health. The farming community has seen several losses due to suicide this year. This leaves families the stress of dealing with crop returns, trade disputes, and the national pandemic. To assist with the issue of farm stress and sound mental health, Purdue Extension in DuBois County and their partners are reaching out to farmers, spouses, and family members through a farm stress workshop. The workshop will provide the tools to handle stress so that county farmers, their families, and our local communities can better cultivate a productive mindset in the face of stress common to many rural areas. They will be hosting the Weathering the Storm in Agriculture workshop at the DuBois County 4-H Fairgrounds Clover Pavilion on December 17th from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern Time. The event will instruct attendees on ways to identify stress, to learn what can trigger stress, and to know helpful techniques for responding to stress. Due to session materials, limited seating, and COVID-19 concerns, pre-registration is required. Mask and social distancing will also be required. No food or drink will be served at this event. There is no charge to attend, but a reservation with name, phone, and email is required by December 14th. Please send an email to duboisces@purdue.edu or phone the local office 812-482-1782, 482-1782. Rockport Police Department is hosting their Cops for Kids Wrap Party this weekend. At the socially distanced event, people will be wrapping presents at 1 p.m. Central Time at the Rockport City Hall. The Rockport City Police Department is looking for volunteers for the event. They are still accepting donations of toys and wrapping supplies. To lend a hand in wrapping, contact the Rockport Police Department at 812-649-2242, 649-2242. 101 Country WBDC is helping to raise money for a local child advocacy center. Tune in to 100.9 FM this Saturday at 12 noon for the first ever SWICAC Telethon. The Southwest Indiana Child Advocacy Center Coalition, or SWICAC, provides services to children reporting abuse or neglect in our 7 surrounding counties. Services are provided exclusively through grants and fundraising. So SWICAC needs your help this holiday season. Find out more about what SWICAC does and how you can help by listening to WBDC this Saturday afternoon. And you can make a donation or pledge by calling. You call in during the telethon, 812-634-9232, 634-9232. That's simply 634-WBDC. The telethon will feature live music from John and Stacy, Ryan Pfeiffer, Debbie Sheeter, and the Hagedorn Family Band. Be sure to tune in for the SWICAC Telethon this Saturday at 12 noon on 101 Country WBDC and make a donation. Even though the St. Meinrad Arch Abbey Church is closed to the public because of the pandemic, everyone can still pray with the Benedictine monks this Christmas season. To help keep the community safe, all Christmas season masses will be live streamed from the St. Meinrad Arch Abbey Church. Here is a schedule of services. All times mentioned are central. Christmas Eve, Thursday, December 24th, the regular daily Mass will be at 7:30 a.m. Vespers will begin at 5 p.m., and Christmas Eve Mass will be celebrated at 10 p.m. Christmas Friday, December 25th, Mass of Christmas Day will be celebrated at 10:30 a.m. Vespers is at 5 p.m. The Feast of St. Stephen, Saturday, December 26th, Mass will begin at 9:30 a.m. Vespers is at 5 p.m. New Year's Day, Friday, January 1st, Mass for the Solemnity of Mary, Mother of God, will begin at 9:30 a.m. Vespers is at 5 p.m. Mass is live streamed each day in the Arch Abbey Church at 7:30 a.m. Monday through Saturday and at 9:30 a.m. on Sundays and feast days. Vespers is live streamed each day at 5 p.m. A local plastic manufacturer is lending a helping hand to families in need. FiberTech Incorporated is partnering with the Tri-State Food Bank for a mobile distribution event on Friday, December 4th at Master Brand Cabinets, Ferdinand Hilltop Warehouse on Industrial Park Road. Families can stop by between 3 and 6 p.m. to pick up a free box of food. That is Eastern Time. There are no requirements to receive the food boxes, and the maximum is 2 boxes per car. Families are asked to enter on Scenic Hills Drive. And now stay tuned. Weather and sports are still to come on 18 WJTS News.